welcome back. It's been a while since we've been on air, whether it's pre-record, whether it's live. It's just been the holidays, and it's just been a lot of work, to find time to get together and sit down and knock this out and stuff like that. So, what have you been up to from the holidays on to this point?
Well, from last time we decided to push something out or to push some video out onto YouTube, I've probably wasted more time with cameras, played around with time lapse a little bit more than I should have. Work, sleep, repeat, and try me damned hardest to talk myself out to getting more stuff that I'll never use, which is a camera bag full of stuff that I never use. So, yes, it's the same crap for me, mate. It hasn't changed. However, in the background of you right now, or in the background of your camera, I'm noticing some really pretty decorative fairy lights above your head.
What? Oh.
Can you? Oh, congratulations.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I gotta explain that one. That one's got to be explained. I have a wife who loves orchids, and I bought her an orchid for like $29, right? And then she put Christmas light kind of things behind there, so I'm glowing. At first, it looked like smoke coming from my head, and I'm like, what's going on? I'm looking around trying to figure out what's going on and stuff like that.
But dude, you look beautiful. Don't worry, you've got it. You've got this. Who am I to judge? So, what's new with you anyway?
Same old stuff. Buying stuff that I don't need. Trying to save up. You come knocking at your door in the middle of the night. So, because I know you don't have and it'll be in the middle of the night purposely. You'll see me. I'll be with a hoodie. I'll look like a chav, and I'll have my head down, and Lynette'll be hiding out, and we're just gonna wake you up in the middle of the night, stuff like that.
What you're saying to me is, you and Lynette, you're gonna get Lynette to hide outside my house. You're gonna throw your hood up when you come to Britain. You're gonna cover your head up, right? You're gonna hide. I live in a very rough area. I really wouldn't suggest you do it, as you'd probably get hurt by a gang member in our street or something. So, well, no, I'm messing. It wouldn't be that bad. But for people who didn't realise, Kate's coming to Britain, and he's going to descend onto Liverpool during his visit. And he asked me when he was coming over, or when he's on his way over, he said, "Can we go to some nice places?" Oh my God, I'm going to drag you to some of the weirdest places you'll possibly be able to go.
It's and I want to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care. I'm saying this because this is probably going to be edited out anyway. Hopefully not.
No
okay, good. I want to go straight brick and ladder.
Yeah.
I want to go brick and ladder. I will pay off anybody who's working as a guard. I'll buy him some beer. I'll do something else as long as they let us walk through and take pictures.
So what you're saying to me is all security guards are alcoholics?
No. Only the big fat ones that sleep on the job. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Basically, it goes both sides of the pond. It goes both sides of the pond. I'm not talking doormen. That's a whole different ball game. That's the real deal. That's where they got to deal with the real deal. No, not these guys that sit around looking at cameras of CCTV or what have you and stuff like that. No, man, I've bought more. What have I bought? I bought more crap that I don't need.
Well, I know one thing you've got at the moment, which we've uploaded the video of. You really don't know what I'm talking about, do you? The thermal camera. Oh my God.
Oh, the FLIR.
Oh yeah.
I did get the FLIR, and I'm gonna use the hell out of it. My next test.
Rich kid.
I'm sorry?
I said, you poor little rich kid.
Oh, no, I got it as a Christmas gift. It was a Christmas gift. I couldn't afford it. If I could afford it, I'd be over my limit on my credit card right now. I'm teetering on that, and I'm looking at tripods. I'm going, oh shit, $200 for a tripod? I can't see it. Even $90 for a tripod. I can't see it, but I want to go out next. My next test on the FLIR, actually, with the FLIR 1, it's second generation, will be actually to do it in a cemetery. But the way the cemetery is located, it's got a big walkway through. so I can tell by how many yards, feet, meters, etc. as you go down, and until the person disappears, and you can get a rough idea. Then I'll do some behind the stone ideas. Have someone stick their head from behind the stone, see if it picks up from a distance. See, and I mean, so I have it almost planned out, and it will be uploaded. It's going to be sent over to Liverpool, checked out, uploaded, and we'll go from there. But I got to admit, those FLIR, the second generation, they got a third one coming out now for $399. That's that. Oh, dude, I wish Christmas was in 2 months. I would have got that instead. I would have, and it's only for pre-buying now. You can only you know what I'm talking about. Lay the money down now, and you'll get it shipped to you in the future. But I'm looking at that going, that thing looks killer. So, but
I'd rather is that way for your phone as well?
Yeah. Look, go on FLIR and check it out.
I'm gonna do something I normally don't do. You see, I sit there, and being the horrendous nerd that I am, I'll sit there and I ponder things, and I'll look at other things we might be able to do, and different ways we could do things, or different ways we could do the video stream, and different ways we could run our computers a little bit quicker, or different cameras, for instance. As Kate was looking at tripods, I bought one. I bought a Manfrotto one a couple of weeks ago.
How much?
And, it was a bargain. It worked out just on £60 exactly. So it wasn't that bad. About $80.
What brand?
Manfrotto.
Manfrotto. Okay, I just need to know because I don't know. You research everything before you buy. Me, I'm impulse Slogston. I'll just go straight, look at it. Cool. It looks cool. I'm buying it. Then I buy it, and the hole in my stomach is never filled. I got to go get something else after that.
That's me. I in my backpack that I normally commute with every single day, I've got 2 of my action cameras. I've got 2 small tripods, 2 phone mounts, 1 mic, my iPad, a Microsoft Surface. I carry all kinds of crap just in case I need it. But I do the same. I end up buying more and more.
If I when I get over there, can you do me a big favor? Do me a big favor. Take one of my iPod or my GoPro Heroes and make it into a full spectrum.
100% we'll do it one night. It'll be fun.
Definitely. Oh, dude, I'd love to do it. Just to have a full spectrum GoPro would be just worth its weight in gold, and to see how it's done. You'll feel this fat American with bad breath breathing over your shoulder, mouth breathing, just watching you.
You're bringing Donald Trump.
Yeah, hey, he'll be with me. I'm sure there'll be some sort of something kicking off in the world or stuff like that, man.
Well, just to point out where I was going with that entire rant about technology and electronics, right? FLIR have released something, and they haven't fully released it. They've released that it's pre-released it effectively, and nobody seems to have paid attention to the fact that this has been released. Now, everybody at the moment has jumped onto the drone bandwagon and the quadcopter bandwagon, right? I've had the quadcopter for a couple of years. I don't boast about it. I do fly it. I hardly ever use the footage. I've got a little tiny bit of footage on my laptop at the moment I wanted to upload. But again, for the same reasons as Brick and Ladder, you can't really upload all your footage. Some of my footage, I shouldn't really be flying over certain areas, so there's bits of footage I would never really suggest playing around with. I've got 360 footage actually as well. VR footage looking down, but FLIR have just released a new camera for quadcopters, and it's thermal.
How much?
Thermal. I think it's going to be about $500, so about £400-ish. But to be fair, if you spend your time walking through a graveyard at night and you are slowly taking step by step by step, and you're looking around trying to see where the heat signatures are, when now you can cover the entire area in about 8 minutes.
The thing that makes me laugh about that, the first person that gets it in the mail is going to crash the quadcopter and smash the FLIR.
Yeah,
so I know that's going to be a given. So people who do buy this, please practice when you go out with, let's say, anything that you fly remote control wise. It's much easier to crash it without a $400 or $500 camera on it.
Well, the amount of people who've handed me or came up to me in the past couple of weeks at Mavic, the DJI Mavic, the new quadcopter they've got smashed to bits for where I work, the company I work for sells them. And the amount of people I've seen bringing them in smashed up and destroyed because people aren't treating the equipment well. I'm not surprised, but in the same breath, I'm shocked because it's a lot of money. They're £1,000+ each. But that's total digression from the conversations we'll be having right now. But cameras do come into the next piece of information, next piece of news, sorry, we want to talk about, which is a video which is kind of, I'd say, surfaced or conveniently placed into the limelight by social media and by news, mainstream news, because they must be running out of good things to talk about, is a video of a young girl sitting there playing with two dolls, which is kind of creepy that you'd be filming a young girl with a camera. But nevertheless, in the right-hand corner of where the young girl is, a doll's head goes and does a little bit of a wobble. And then it goes on to the next shot, and in the next shot, which is absolutely fantastic, might I say, no pun intended there, there's a table, and the girl is again on the table, or she's at the table, sorry, and she's drawing on a piece of paper. Now, again, the girl's being filmed, not creepy, don't think it's creepy at all, honestly. And then a piece of paper next to her gets blown up out the way. So then the girl hesitates and moves back, then the paper and everything flies off the table moves, the leg bends, then the table moves back, and it all stops. Before I give any judgment whatsoever, watch that. And now for my judgment. Oh, man. If you watch the video I've just put up, right, you'll notice that the video is not a full video. I've literally cut it to bits. If you want to see the full video, I'll link the full video in this because we'll have the full video showing up. But what I will say to you is, my personal opinion is, in the beginning, you'll notice the time is ticking over, the CCTV time. I'm not really convinced that that is CCTV time, just due to the fact that the numbers, as I said, the numbers are on the screen. CCTV does not, it's everything about CCTV is static. Numbers have a place that they sit in. If you look closely at the CCTV, I put grid lines over it, you'll notice the numbers. It goes 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and the numbers are moving. That's a digital overlay. That is 100% a digital overlay for an overlay that you'd expect on Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere or Final Cut. And on the second video, you'll notice that I zoom right in on the table, on the footage, and you'll see it looks like the table's moving. The table's not moving. The camera's auto-focusing. CCTV doesn't auto-focus. Most CCTV cameras that households use don't auto-focus. They're fixed focus cameras. Same as every CCTV camera that a paranormal investigator uses, they're always fixed focus, because it's less to go wrong for a camera that's forever sitting up on the side of your house. I 100%, without even looking at the footage and the girl's doll moving and the table, would pay more attention to the fact that the camera seems a hell of a lot more professional than a CCTV camera. And there's also one thing which really frustrates me, massively frustrates me, is the girl is always set to shot. She's always framed properly in the footage. It's not as if she's sitting in the corner of the room. She's conveniently sitting in the middle of a room with 2 open doors. She's conveniently at the closest point of the table to run off shot. I just think there was so much behind that. Kate, please help. What's your opinion?
I have to agree. I have to agree with you. Like I stated earlier, prior to us going live or pre-record, it's the mini version of the poltergeist videos that you see, but it's just not quite even that good. It's just
it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. That's all I gotta say. It's purely brilliant. It's brilliant. Yeah. Whoever was behind it was purely brilliant. That's all I gotta say. And I don't mean that in the kindest of ways, but
well, in all honesty, right, what I can see coming from this is a few things. One, easily faked evidence. There's no 2 ways about it. That's either going to be faked evidence. It's either going to be a TV show or a film, or 3, or nearly middle finger there, or 3, somebody genuinely has spotted it and thought, and they genuinely believe it and have uploaded it. I don't know what to believe. I'm sort of the jury for me on why it's been faked is out, but the fact of it being faked, there's no 2 ways about it. That's fake. So,
all right, we knocked that one out pretty quick, man. That video was definitely debunked. That's all I got. That's all I got to say with that one right there.
There is one other thing I do want to bring up, which I'm going to bring up another piece of news that I haven't mentioned to you, Kate, and it's not because I haven't wanted to. It's just dawned on me as well on the subject of amazing footage and videos. Have you seen this picture that's appeared in the past couple of weeks of the convenient angel on the corner of a road?
Is it after a car crash?
No, it's just on the side of a road in the middle of the night. It's this thing. It's about 2 floors high, and it conveniently looks like an angel.
Oh my God, that's
either an angel or a big massive demon, right? Anyway, before I go anywhere with it, right, I'll link in the picture right about now. So from the following picture, you'll notice this picture straight off altereddimensions.net. This picture that I've got, it initially surfaced on Facebook about 2 weeks ago. And when I first seen the picture and I seen it was linked to a person, I commented, does anybody know what this person's from? And I thought, no, I'll become a little bit of an amateur detective myself. So I found them on Facebook. I'm not going to message him because everybody's probably messaged him before, during, and after. I forget the guy's name, but to be fair, don't waste your time messaging him. I can imagine he's been bombarded over this. And I looked at the area he was from, thinking maybe it was him. So then I jumped onto Google Earth while my wife's watching Netflix, and I'm just going around Google Earth and I'm looking for any streets which are wide with single floor houses like that are in that street. Single floor houses that are not very well, it sounds horrible to say, but not very posh. They're not very posh houses. They look like normal run-of-the-mill houses in areas which have got a pavement and grass. So I looked right around the area of where this guy was from, and all the houses in the area this guy was from were all very big, 2-story, pretty semi-mansion style houses, which made me believe that it's not from his area. So I went on Twitter and I commented on Twitter, and the next minute people started giving me advice on how I should look for him. What I should do is contact the guy, or if I can't contact the guy, find out where the guy was from. Then, you know, pretty much do what I said, what I'd done anyway. And I sort of lost a little bit of hope. All I wanted them to tell me was where it was. All I wanted to know was where it was. So I did eventually try to message him, and it said, no, you can't message him. Or the message, something like, you can only message him if you're friends, which is fair enough, I understand.
Was this in the UK or the US?
The US. It was in the US. I'm sure it was something, I don't know if it was Arizona. I think it might have been Arizona. I cannot be sure. I haven't looked into it since I've seen the image. Or, well, since it's about the day after when I stopped maybe a little wild tangent that I went on trying to find out as much as I could about it.
I personally think, Go on. I'll be honest, again, hoax. I think it's
I don't believe it to be a hoax. It's not a hoax in my eyes. I believe it's a palm tree, and he took a photo and innocently gone, oh look, it's a demon, and then left it at that, and then somebody else has grabbed it and it's just gone. Because before, during, and after the picture, what you could see of the guy's social media presence, it was like, oh, there's my favorite American football team doing what American football team people do. Oh, look at this guy playing hockey, and it was just like he was living his life. It was. I honestly believe it was an innocent picture he's took, and it's just gone viral. And I don't. To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't even bleed them out properly.
Somebody else grabbed a hold of it. You know, cut and pasted it, posted it, photoshopped it, did whatever they wanted to do with it to use it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if some paranormal group doesn't swipe it. You know what I'm talking about? Saying like they found it, kind of like the Gooners or Garners up in New England, where that they had the Kurt Kessler. I think it's Kurt Kessler. I could be wrong. I don't want to like smash this guy. I'm not smashing this guy, but him and his group, somebody in his group took the picture of the Madonna that was sitting on the tombstone in Chicago and claimed it was theirs. So I don't know. Maybe this could have been the same. Yeah.
Awkward.
Yeah, very awkward. Very awkward and very bizarre. But he caught flack for that. But he admitted that it was probably somebody in his group that did it. And I wouldn't ever fake evidence.
No, I understand. It's enthusiasm is one thing. That's just, you got to be very careful. But if we move swiftly on to a video from Peru, ironically, this video that I'm going to link to, I'll link to it here. But to be brutally honest with you, it's in Spanish or Peruvian or Portuguese or Brazilian or Italian. It's not English. I couldn't tell you the language.
Could be Scouse. Could be Geordie. Could be Brummy. Could be from Maryland. Could be from. I do have to interrupt on that one. I did see, we were watching the show about Baltimore, and the crime is just rampant. And they had Vinnie Jones was going around to like the hardest areas, and they had him. He thought he was so hard until he saw these cops that were just dude, we'll light you up like it's nobody's business. We will put you down.
I love it. I love it because to get the British TV hard men, they'll get the British TV hard men. They'll get them to go into bad areas. Little did they tell you that the little British TV hard man, who is an actor, who stayed in a nice hotel, woke up and got well groomed, dived into his nice car. No, get somebody ex-military, somebody who's probably spent a lot of time in a war-torn area, and then say, go and find a bad area, go and have fun as a camera. And I can imagine it'd be a totally different story. And I can also imagine a lot of bodies in the distance. But anyway, right back to the Peruvian video. Right, I've tried my hardest to go from front to back and try and work out what this is. Now, I have my opinions. There's a few things that do stand out in this video. For me anyway, and what it is that stands out for me in this video the most is 3 elongated fingers, obviously the massive fingers, but it does look plastered. It looks like it's got plaster on it, and there's a few metal rings on the bones, or what looks like either metal rings or some form of plate work on a few of the bones. So it's an examination of a hand. I think there were more bones found, but everywhere you go, the stories are totally different. Now, I know the show isn't one of those shows which is about the esoteric. It's not about what's out there. However, mine and Kate's beliefs are pretty much
close to
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
If there is anything there, I'm sure we're going to stumble across it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, well, then we'll talk about it. Then we'll really talk about it then.
But I'm a bit, my personal opinion before we go on a mad one. I do believe that if something was out there, it wouldn't be left behind. You know,
but we do have that conspiracy theory of 524. That conspiracy theory of 524. You and I both know that exists, and that's a real conspiracy theory. I challenge people out there. You find out what 524 is. I swear, conspiracy 524. And I'm not a conspiracy nut. You're not a conspiracy junkie. But we did, Mo and I did come across a conspiracy about 524, and we'll just leave it at that for anybody who wants to investigate it. Please do, and get back to us if you figure out, do you believe in it or not, and what exactly is
Of course.
it?
Definitely. It's well worth looking into. I definitely suggest you give it a bit of a perusal. Now, what's your opinion anyway on this alien hand?
Again, it's just, to me, it's equal to, let's say, Bigfoot, swamp ape, what would you call it? A gray, one of the grays got their arm amputated in a battle with Superman. I don't know. I doubt it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's just BS. And a lot of times people in the paranormal world and other people that are into cryptozoology, they believe what they want to believe, and there's no change in their mind. The way I look at it, and I never would, because that would be like banging my head against the wall 200 times and seeing if my IQ dropped about 50 points. So, I mean, it's just, there's no disrespect.
Well,
just what it is, you know?
Just to summarize where I stand on the entire situation, especially ufology, right? I believe something's out there. When I was younger, I spent a lot of time looking up. I always did. It was just one of them things. I was always starstruck, no pun intended. I was always starstruck by the fact that something might be out there, something could be, watching us from a distance. We could just be that ant farm. Basically, we could be some little experiment which is just left to run. But in the same breath now, I'm too fat and I'm too old to be looking up. My neck will hurt. I don't do it that much. So it is what it is. Yeah,
I look up to see what's in the freezer. That's about it. And I'm such a pikey dude. I don't even have a microwave right now.
Dude, you're a typical American man. Your fridge is bigger than you.
Yeah, it's true. And I don't have a microwave. So I got to cook. So I stop eating and I vape and I just drink my Diet Cokes all the time.
Oh, I feel your pain. I really do. But however, this is coming to the end now, if that's cool. Which has been really fun, to be fair. But what I will say is we will be back, and we're going to be back next week as well. What we're going to be back with next week, that's a surprise. We haven't worked it out yet, but we will work it out.
The truth comes out.
Yeah. So whichever way I edit this, it's either going to be a surprise.
Yep.
Haven't got a Scooby-Doo. But we're soon going to find out in the middle. So we'll catch you next week, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
See you later. Bye.